Hola a todos, or I can say hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the GrapHER Club podcast. In today's episode, we are going to meet Dana. She's a co founder at HER DAO Peru. I don't think you want to miss her story, so you better stay tuned in this one. Welcome, everyone. Thanks to Dana that she's now with us in this amazing episode. Hi, Dana. How are you?
Hi, Amy. It's amazing to be here with you. Thank you so much for the invitation to this podcast. I'm very happy to be here.
We're so pleased to have you. And we can get like right now to our main topic that is knowing you. So I really want to know if you can give us a quick introduction about yourself. It can be professionally or personally.
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Um, okay, um, I don't know how to start. I read the questions before to do this podcast, but when you're on the moment to recording this podcast, is like everything is have other
Yeah.
sense. So yeah. Um, About myself, I have 25 years old. I'm public relationships. And about my career, I start in Web2. I have 4 years career in innovation and entrepreneurship. I started when I was in the college, actually, leading social entrepreneurship competitions. I was leading the Nobel Prize of Students, that is whole prize, and I won two prizes in 2022 as America's Program of the Year award, winning so much college as Harvard and Yale. I won this prize, and I won another prize called second runner-up worldwide. Uh, the, the both prizes was given to me in Kenya, in Nairobi. I didn't went there. I went like virtually, like this podcast, but it was so fun, very very fun, because everyone was like in Kenya singing so many songs and screaming my name and my college name and Peruvian name, and it was very very. I was very glad. But anyway, I won a scholarship in 2021, a full scholarship on my college because I do social entrepreneurship and I was the first person for do that in my college, so they give me this award for me. And everything, all these actions give me like the input to be the and do the career that I have today. That is for the relationships. I also work in innovation hubs and in startups, even in other countries, not just in Peru. But yeah, now I do public relationships, and I also have clients in Web3, and I have this amazing community of women in blockchain that calls HER DAO Peru. Yeah, that's me.
It's so awesome to hear that you've been like a long way of achievements until now. So congrats for that. I think that it's very amazing to see women rise in these ecosystems for entrepreneurship or maybe innovation. So I think that we have a hang to maybe give the people to get to know a little bit more about yourself. So as someone who is new to Web3, how was your onboarding experience? And what has it been? Like, what inspired you to dive into blockchain and decentralized technologies?
Okay, my onboarding to Web3 was very strange because I had a work. but I had a work on Web3 in an innovation hub, but they didn't teach me anything about blockchain. It was really weird. But anyways, when I go out from this work and I start to be with other people of the blockchain ecosystem, uh, I really start to understand what is blockchain. And I have three woman people that was like, I really admired them. And these three women were the ones who gave me the impulse to be in blockchain. And I didn't with her. I won't be here if it wasn't for them. So I want to have this space for talk about them. The first one is Cosmiki. I don't know if you know her. Yeah, Cosmiki is amazing. I met her and Mate in an event, and Limate Cat. This is her nickname in Twitter. So the both of them start to talk me and start to teach me about blockchain. And from one moment to another, Mate started to tell me why you didn't apply to ShiFi, because ShiFi is like a full scholarship that I won before, and it really teach me a lot about blockchain, and maybe it's what you need. uh, I can recommend you. You can use my name and you can apply it with my name. So maybe you can like use me. And I didn't know her about nothing before, so that was like I was really impressive. And for other side, because Mickey was telling me like, then I really like your work. I don't know for nothing, but you don't want to work with me in the economic clubs because you are doing PR. I was like in that time of my life, I was independizing me myself, and like 2 months before I I do my agency of PR. But in that time, I was like being a freelancer. So Cosmiki told me like if I want to work with her and lead in the economic labs, and I was like, wow, these people is amazing. And Cosmiki and Mate was my first references in blockchain, and they was like these two women was like the first ones who like hugged me and teach me what is blockchain and teach me like you have to do this and you can do that. It's you don't have to be worried if you don't understand. You will do step by step, and you will learn in the like in the way, you know. And I was very comfy because of them. And then I met someone else who is Angelica, my co-founder. I call her Angelita because since I met her, for me it's like an angel, and she's very nice for me. Um, Angelica is like we went to a coffee and she starts to tell me like there is a lot of protocols and I am Polkadot ambassador, and you have that protocol and that protocol and that protocol, like you have that a lot of opportunities and you can be ambassadors in everyone you want. Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, this is a lot of information I didn't want expect to receive. So yeah, Angelica and me starts like a very good relationship, friendship relationship, and then a work relationship because I do the PR for the Causathon, and then we start hard out together. So yeah, that's what when I get on board in Web3.
I think that we have, or I can say that at least 50% of the women here had this support system, like other women that really support each other towards this new path. I have to give a shout out. I know that it's like the fifth time that I do this, but I have to give a shout out to Shifai because every guest that we had in this podcast, in this space, had already been part or have already had an encounter with Shifai, and that's amazing because I know that we are doing an excellent job onboarding more women into Web3. Also, a shout out to all the women that really supported you throughout this way, especially Angelica, that it's like your angel. I think that that's a cute story to tell because she's also your co founder at Her DAO, and I would love to meet her at some point. So, thank you so much for these type of stories because I think that they are very heartwarming and I really felt your story because I think that that's the situation of many of us that are here in Web3. Now we can like jump into a question that I think that you will like, and it's what has been the most exciting or challenging part of learning about blockchain and maybe Web3 also so far. So, how do you approach building your knowledge in this field?
Okay, the funny part is that I have to do two things at the same time because I starting to be a PR like public relationships and I started to do PR about about blockchain and Web3 the knowing nothing about blockchain and Web3. So I had to learn and do PR at the same time. So it's a funny story because I didn't knew what I was selling. Uh, and I'm really transparent, because my deals knew that I didn't knew that what I was selling, but I was a really believer in what I was selling. That's really important to say, because I really believe that was that I was that that the things that I was selling it will be changed a life changing. So I have something. I have to believe in the product or in the service that I sell, even if I don't understand it. If I understand it or not, it's like I don't care. But I have to believe it in the product, the service, and in the people that are behind because it's a really important factor for me. In this case, I started the PR for La Causaton, for example, and for Startup Web3 also, that is a competition here in Peru that is doing for Protocolo Crypto, which is a person here, and Christian Durant. The two people they do this pitch time that it's like a competition when 10 startups go to a place and pitch their ideas. And I have to sell that for one side, and for the other side, I have to sell La Cosa. Um, the both have like a really good stories because for Startup Web 3, I sell it to one corporate uh, one corporate company to which calls EduLink. When I started to work with EduLink, I didn't know her. I didn't know them, and I like know the doors, and I asked them if they know what is Web3, and they was like, we don't know. And I went to the meeting with Christian. I tried to introduce them and I started to say this is a really good competition because it's not only Web3, it's also Web2, and they they have another sponsor, which is Toolkit, that is Web3, a crypto wallet, and is Peruvian and have too many like feature, and I started to like have all the benefits that it have. And the good thing of this story is we have a side event with them, this company. They sponsor it like all of the event, but after this event, because after this event they also sponsored the La Cosa, but after these two events, they will started to use blockchain into their products of their own company. So I am very happy for them, really, because they used to not know what is blockchain, and now they are using blockchain in their products. So it's very nice to be helpful for others. So this is like how it started. But for like those atoms, for other side, I sell it to like three sponsorships. I um I um I first sell it to one university, which gave us the place and also the breakfast, like the catering and all the things for it, and merch and other stuff. And Edulink, which is this corporation for about digital transformation. They do digital transformation, and also GrapHER, which is a group, which is like a group of drinks. The three of them do sponsor for us for La Coseta, and it was very nice because they are very traditional places, um, traditional companies who now are believing in blockchain, or at least doing things with blockchain. So it's very cool. And for other side, I have this client, thanks to Cosmiki, that is the Economic Labs, that I have until today. And we do a lot of things. It's very funny. Work with Lead. I really like him. Um, um, we do a boot camp with one university, which is Católica University, la Universidad Católica de Perú. Well, uh, we do a bootcamp for students, and we do a bootcamp for professors, and also we are going to do another third bootcamp for general public, and we do workshops with companies. Like the next week we are doing a workshop for Telefonica, and we are doing like a lot of stuff. So it's very funny because when I have to sell his workshop for BCP, which is a bank here, my client knows about DeFi because Definite Labs is innovation hub about DeFi. Um, but this deal is my friend. Also, to most of my deals, which were some companies, are my friends. But this friend, which who works in BCP, knows about DeFi more than me, and he asked me questions that I didn't know how to answer, and at as for some point I asked to ChatGPT, and they like he knew that I was using ChatGPT, and he told me like, okay, okay, you are not like knowing what you said, right? And I was like, no, you got me. But I really have the confidence about what I'm selling. But he has really like he really laughed, but he trusts me. So yeah, it's everything okay.
I think that that's like a really funny story. It happens. It happens a lot to use ChatGPT and at first not knowing what are you selling or what are you talking about, because Web3 can be challenging. I really am very eager to like get to know a little bit more about this onboarding that you do to corporate. Maybe the audience doesn't know, but BCP or BCP in Spanish, it's a credit bank that is in Peru and also here in Bolivia, in my country. And well, it's a bank, it's a financial institution. So as you've mentioned this before, can you tell us a little bit more about this onboarding that you do or that are you doing to corporates? Because before putting live our interview, you were talking about this type of work that you do also in corporate like ecosystems, and I think that that's very interesting. Because of legislation and government stuff, it can be very challenging. So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Um, okay. So for onboard the so for onboarding the companies or the corporate people, it's very funny because for sometimes like on BCP, they know more than me because they're banks, and it depends like for uh, for who are you talking, like really, like this friend is for data lab, so he is very into finance, but maybe if I talk with another person of marketing, maybe he doesn't or she doesn't know um, about blockchain, right? But anyways, this is like one case, but in the most of the time they doesn't know about blockchain. For example, when I presented the event La Causaton for AGE Group, they didn't know about blockchain too. So I have to send them a letter, like tell them all the benefits and all the things that we were doing and all the explain all the potential we had for do the sponsorship. And it's very funny. It's very nice seeing how people can introduce to your events and start to believe in what you are doing. Talking about this, we are having an event this 7th of November. It's an ideathon here. It's the Lima Tech Week. We are having this event called Eidathon Tech Queens in collaboration with Crypto Curiosas and Web3 Girls. So it's very nice because I also onboard again, not just the corporations. This time I onboard also the government. So it was very funny because for this challenge we are using like finance like the challenge is uh, um, finance inclusion in Indian communities. So we are inviting to Janesha leader, a woman Janesha leader. Janesha is a Indian community, which is in the roots in the jungle of Peru, and also we are working with the Pantasur municipality. And when I started to talk with them about this event, I didn't know if this is going to be. I started to talk about blockchain with them like in July of this year, when when this woman, this leader, won a prize. about she was condecorated in the Minister of Women because of her work on doing defending the rights of the Indian women. So I went to the gala and I started to the ceremony of condecoration, and I started to talking about blockchain with the ministry of the municipality and with her. And I said like, I'm going to do an event and I'm going to invite you. I don't know when, but I'm going to do it. So now it's the time, and I call them and I have like, okay, the opportunity is today, so you have to come. And they accept the invitation. We will do a properly on board with another person who actually knows more about blockchain than me, but they really are confident about me because for some reason people trust me even if I don't know like 100% of what I'm talking about. But it's very nice. And also I have a meeting with a Ministry of Production the other day uh, for talk about this event, and they also are going to support this. So it's very nice to introduce this the government also into these new technologies such as blockchain.
I think that you have a long way towards onboarding corporate into Web3. I think that it's a good job. I'm really happy to see that the Peruvian community is very willing to talk about Web3 and blockchain solutions because you can see other type of perspectives in other countries. So I think that that's amazing. Now I want to shift over to HER DAO Peru, and I really want to know a little bit about this initiative that you have with your co-founder, and maybe you can talk about how do you see the community of women in Latin America like evolving in the blockchain and Web3 space, and what opportunities does her DAO are like facing, or what do you think that right now is the discovery journey for her DAO? Is it just starting? Do you have like more women onboarded, or how is the status of your journey into Web3 with her DAO?
Okay, our journey is just starting because we opening like this part of HER like this arm of HER in Peru, just like 3 or 4 months ago. But yes, actually we have like we do a lot of spaces with HER Mexico, like is our principal partner, and we are going to do our first event this Wednesday uh, in the Bitcoin Club, who is a community here. Yeah, so we are so glad to be there this Wednesday, and we are doing this side event of Lima Tech Week this 7th of November. So yeah, it's very cool, and all the things that are going to happen with Cardao. We had a lot of work to do for these days, and about the people onboarding. We had we have a Telegram group, but for being honest, I believe we have to do a WhatsApp group for do a properly onboarding, because people who is not really in Web3 doesn't use Telegram, so it's very difficult to communicate through Telegram for new people or people who is just beginning. So yeah, we have our opening ceremony in Tlacausaton with Vara, and Judith was there. Judith is amazing. She's from Cardao, Mexico, and she support us like our mama in all this process. So it's very nice to have to support her. And yeah, the things that are just starting about her now, but we have like I believe we have a really bright future because we have a really strong team. Sarah, our other co-founder, is now in DEFCON for more than 1 month because he have the full scholarship for Global HER DAO. She's in Thailand yeah, now, and she's having all these learnings and do she's capacitation having all these capacitations about new things and learning a lot. And he's going to be back with all the new things, and he's going to translate it for too many people. Uh, for one side, no, and for other side, we have Angelica, who is hearing or talking Angelica is very nice. It's like you feel blessing to hear Angelica talking because he is very passionate about the things she do, like when she do polka dot or about Web3 or blockchain. Uh, uh, and it's really nice to talk with her. So I believe it's it's very I'm very happy to have this team. Uh, and even if we have like our other things to do because all of us have like our jobs and our other things. We have this space in common to have other to do her DAO, and it's very nice to do it together.
I really love how you talk about friendship in that kind of way because it is beyond the relationship friendship that you have. It's also, like you said before, a work relationship that you have now. I've met Sara in the last DevCon in Bogota, so I think that she's doing an amazing job, and I'm really happy that she's part of your founding team. I know that for sure every one of you have this special, I don't know, gift that you're going to give back to the community because you're combining all your knowledge and all your experiences with the corporate side, trying to relate things into the PR things. Sarah into the DevCon and maybe Angelica with other type of things. So I'm really happy you can count with the GrapHER Club community and the Graphstronauts for everything that you would like. And also for the audience, we are putting the links of the community in the description box of the YouTube channel. And we're tagging in the Twitter space also in the X post that we're going to do. So that for people to know where they can see the information about your community and stuff. So now we're heading to the last part of this really amazing episode, and I really want to make sure that you can give a message and advice to our audience. Maybe they are women, they are men that want to know what final message or piece of advice would you like to share with them in terms of Latin America context, looking to enter to Web3 in space and be part of this growing community.
Okay, my final message is do it with fear, but do it with confidence, with happiness. Do it, just do it. Like Nike, just do it because it's like if you have fear and it stop to doing things, you will never do anything. But if you have fear but have the confidence in that what you are doing is right, even if you don't know what you are doing, in some point you will be happy for your your final decision or your past decision or your career or the things you are doing or your past. So I won't be here if my fear will be or was stop me. So do it and do it with fear.
Oh, thank you so much. I think that that's like really, I don't know, heartwarming to hear. I really congrats you for the work that you're doing. I know that you're doing a hard job here, and it's very difficult for us like to do these things because of the fear that you've mentioned. So I think that that's a great advice. Thank you so much again for having this time to make this interview. And I'm very happy to meet you in person at some point. I am planning to go to Peru just because I have a lot of friends there. So maybe we can meet there and let's stay in touch and count with the GrapHER Club community for everything that you need. So thank you so much and have a good day.
Thank you so much, Amy. It was so very nice to meet you. I hope to see you at some point in here or in any place. So bye bye.
It will be like that. Bye. Thank you so much for watching another episode with us. Don't forget that the Graphic Club podcast is all about empowering and inspiring more women into Web3. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or retweet in whichever social media you are in, and we can get more followers. And of course, we can spread the word of what we are doing. Thank you so much once again. This is the secret phrase for the pop for today, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and bye bye.